It's Wednesday. It's 12:43. So give it a couple minutes here. Get things kind of all caught up with whoever's going to end up joining us, if anybody at all, on the live portion. Um, it's always interesting doing these, I have to say. But we do have a halfway decent show lined up today. We have some pretty low dollar auction items up. So we could see some little snipes, and that is always a good time. I don't think we're going to see some record snipes. There's a couple of really hot items in here that have the potential, but yeah, it's been an interesting week. A lot of 50-cent bids and slow rising, we'll say. How about that? Slow rising. So we'll give it another minute here for things to catch up. I did set up a second camera today. We're going to be playing on the big arcade for a while. I've been heavily addicted to Pac-Man 256. I don't know if any of you have played that. It's a very inexpensive Pac-Man game, I believe, on Steam. And I've been having fun playing it. And I think you can play it four-player, and I have a really good machine for that, so I might have to get some of the neighbors over here sometime and get some four-player Pac-Man 256. In the chat, if you have the ability to type, let us know that you're here. It's always kind of interesting to see anyway. It could be a good time. All right, let's see here. One more minute and then we can crack a beer. How about that? Oh, gosh, dang it. I did quite a bit of working out today. I went about 5.05 miles. Yes, I don't run, but I walk fast, and I was doing 15:45s for my miles, and that was pretty good for the average for over 5 miles for me. And then I went and I mowed my parents' lawn today. So, yeah, I got a little bit of exercise in, and when this show's over, it's all about getting to that post office as quick as possible for who pays right away. You get shipped right away if you pay right away. What a nice benefit, huh? And if you wait, sometimes it's going to have to be till Monday. Who knows? But I do try to go to the post office frequently. So, regardless. So, why don't we just take a look here? Look what I got. I got me a beer. I'm not working, or this is my work, and I'm the boss, so I can have a beer. Look at that. Cheers. Vikings go Vikings. Speaking of that, the preseason games, I actually watched the whole last preseason game for the most part. It was good for Vikings preseason. Mm, I'm a sports expert. Everybody knows that. All right. Why don't we review what we have going on here today? Let me hit the refresh first. So our first item's going up. It's going to be the Game Gear Incredible Hulk. And it's got an incredible price still at 99 cents. And that ends in 13 minutes. So, woo! Getting rich today. The second two items we're going to have is the Game Gear lot of the cards. I knew that would go cheap, but it's at 425. That's decent. The Horde, this is a possible hot item here. It's currently at 35. We could see that jump up to like 70. I would love to see anyway. Shinobi for Game Gear, it's sitting at a little $1.25. And then that same one, we have the Dragon's Lore sitting at 650. We're getting rich today, guys. And then we have the Game Gear lot of Batman Rob, all the Batman games, well, three of the Batman games anyway. It's sitting at $23. And this is a steal. We got VR Stalker with the long box and the Flight Stick Pro. What more would you want? The next segment, we have the Game Gear lot of Spider-Man. And that's 3 games. And then we have the Game Ground relisted because some really unfortunate person decided not to pay on the last auction. Just went cold. So what do you do? In the next segment, then we're going to have the Sonic the Hedgehog lot for Sega Game Gear, and then Space Ace. And that's all we're going to have today. So why don't we go ahead and let's click into the Incredible Hulk, and we'll just have that up here so we can see if anything happens here as it ends in 12 minutes. Also, today we're going to be moving over to camera 2 at some point. We're going to play the big arcade, and I have Steam loaded up on it. I want to show off a couple of games that I think are fun to play with arcade controls. I think it's important to have games that are fun to play with arcade controls and not D-pads or analogs. So I do have an analog flight stick on that arcade as well too, and it works pretty well. And I have one of Glenn's spinners on there too. So it's always a good time. No special guests today, which is kind of a bit of a letdown. And Katie, the neighbor, will not be joining us today. She is enjoying her time at Mall of America to finish the day, and she's been at Wolf Lodge with the kiddos. But hopefully, we get a couple of more live viewers and the people that watch the recording later that need to sleep at night. This could be very beneficial. Boy, that picture quality is actually pretty darn good on that Hulk. That camera action. I do not spend a lot of time taking the pictures. I do quick pictures, and it's evident because I always have shadows in them. I try to mess with lights, but I just get more frustrated because I end up getting glares on the actual product. I could get a light box like Mr. Johnson has. I should probably look into something like that. Look at that. I took a picture of that one upside down. See, that's some good stuff. And again, right there. Wow, my eBay skills are beyond belief and out of control. So, kind of is what it is. I don't talk about Arcade One Up that much, but as clearly as you can see behind me, I paid. I don't how do you say it? The products are okay. They kind of give you a good base to start messing around with things. And if you're not much of a hacker or anything like that, there is some pretty good opportunities here with this cabinet that's going up for sale that it's not just at Costco anymore. I heard about it from Michael B today. I'm not seeing it on here, so bear with me a sec here. Maybe it's not up here yet. But the Golden Tee with the extra controls is going up on their actual website. So you don't have to have a Costco membership to get it. And let's just see if we can find it here. There we go. It's basically this bad boy on Costco's website, but this will be available, from my understanding, on Arcade One Up's website. And what makes it interesting, well, it doesn't have 6 button. I thought it had, what am I thinking? Yeah, this thing just kind of bugs me. I don't know what it is. So I have a significantly modded Golden TXL over here. This has a completely different control board on it. It's running Windows 10 on it. It's got Golden T4. It's got all kinds of great stuff on it and a real HAPS trackball. But these, I just don't know the modability on this really now I'm thinking about it. Because I was thinking like, well, it'd be kind of cool to take over the control board and maybe buystuff.com would do something like that. But the way the buttons are laid out to the joystick, it just doesn't look like a pleasant experience for the second player, especially. Now, how often do you really have 2 players playing in the same arcade cabinet? It doesn't happen a ton. Only 2 buttons. A lot of games work with just 2 buttons, but a 3-button layout would be a heck of a lot better. So anyway, just my 2 cents on it. Interesting machine. It does play Golden Tee, and it'll play Golden Tee relatively fine. The trackball is nothing like the trackball in the arcade, but it is full size, but it just doesn't spin and spin and spin, right? It's more of a plump, right? So you can play it that way, and it works. It's a functional trackball. And let's face it, when you're playing Golden Tee with the guys, you're usually drinking a lot of beers and you're having a good time. So maybe this is all you really need. So, anywho, let's go back to the auction. We're still at the 99 cents. That's right where we wanted to be. We got them right where we want them. I'm drinking more Summit today. It tastes really nice. Nate Olmanson, here's to you. Wait, I shouldn't really say your whole name like that. This channel's so popular, there'll probably be people banging on your door. Totally doxed him. All right. Well, in between this game and the next auctions, we'll pull up on the screen, but we'll play a little bit of Pac-Man 256. Because, you know what? Let's play one game of it real quick. We still got like 6.5 minutes. This game is a very short game. I'm gonna try to turn my mic around so you can somewhat hear me as I'm talking still. All right, I'm gonna go hit the play button on here. This is just normal Steam loaded up, and I have a very simple setup. I do have big box on here too. I have all kinds of weird things on this thing. All right, got kind of angry there for a second. I don't have the sound on, so it will slightly affect my gameplay because I can't hear the ghost's rhythm, if that makes sense. But this is a super fun game. I had to really saturate the camera to get it to pick up the TV screen at all. So if you think the TV screen looks bad right now, you should have seen what it did before. So if I get this guy here, he'll make me big like this, right? Wop, 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 for like 10 seconds. And I can just maul over the ghost without having a power pellet. Oh gosh, I'm gonna run out of time. Okay, got him. All right. Part of the premise of this game is that you're biting these pellets, right? And if you get them in a sequential system, let's say, right? If you eat 256 of them without a gap like that, everything on the board will die. And behind you, you got to keep moving, otherwise you get eaten by like this matrix kind of thing. Let's see how it's counting behind me. I don't know if you can see it on the screen, but I'm at like 70, 80, whatever pellets. Whoops. I screwed up. So this is the fire. It's going to leave fire behind my character. And if a ghost logs into that fire, he dies. Which is always exciting. Get fire again. Try to keep them running into me. It's just one of those games where you kind of work on grabbing the high scores and beating your old. Oh, this is bad. I hate that guy. I don't like that guy. So every time you play it, it's different. You're like, hey, that game looks really easy. Yeah, because I'm really good. Watch us now, I'll die. It is weird playing with no sound, not gonna lie. So that color goes around and around, but the ones that move fast look like that color to me. Look at Laser Pac-Man. Look at this. Um, and so I struggle with the colors, and my wife likes that I tell everybody I meet right away that I'm colorblind. But she just doesn't have much sensitivity to people with disabilities, I guess. Hard to play this without sound. I have a pretty good little run here. We're running out of time on this thing. Out of time. So you die once, the game's over. It's just that simple. Just that simple. All right. Anything happen here? No. This might go for 99 cents. Mr. Nate. I see that you've tapped into the chat. Ooh, you should have a Miller Lite. That's the favorite on the street. When I'm having my light beers, I kind of like the Coors Light, to be honest. But one of my neighbors, Corey, it claims, and he's probably right because he sells beer. I know, Stacey's surprised. I'm colorblind. What? He says Miller Lite is the most authentic tasting beer that's light. I think it just tastes more fizzy because I think all light beer technically tastes like crap. But you have to drink it if you want to drink beer because if you keep just drinking IPAs, you're going to blow up to the size of the moon. And I've been trying to lose a little bit of weight. Trying. It's a challenge, let me tell you. And it's just kind of the way it goes, I guess. Wow. I'm excited for next week. Next week's show is we're having a major league auctions going. We're gonna have a lot of money going down next week. So make sure you check out Wednesday at 12:45 next week, and we have that show. And then we have one more week of it, and then I have 2 weeks off. But I might do a little live thing from Mexico, just because it sounds like fun. I just like, he says, he says he don't like to drink IPAs. Who is this guy? I love drinking IPAs, but um, I'm saying that Coors Lights taste like water. Everything tastes like water that's light, but it is what it is. Hmm. You're talking about my neighbor Corey. He actually likes IPAs, fine, but he can't stand Coors Light because he thinks it tastes like junk. And I'm like, but Miller Lite tastes good. I think they all kind of taste like water, but I just think Miller Lite tastes more fizzy. Oh. And I get it. Sometimes at the Big Dog, they'll pour me a glass of Miller, and I can taste it right away, and I send it back. I just don't like that fizzy taste in beer, I guess. Anyway, auction's going quite poorly, I have to say. I thought I would list this one independently. Hey, look at that. Light Beers Water says Scott. Scott's my other neighbor. Welcome to the show, Scott. He lives kind of across the street from me, and he also sells some video games and a lot of toys, so he's a good guy to know. Individual reached out to me saying he's going to try to win a bunch of my auctions today, probably a lot of the Game Gear stuff. He was wondering if I do combined shipping, and I said no, kind of a jerk. So it might lower the bids a little bit here, but let's get into here. We got 10 seconds to go. Is it 99 cents? There's very few watchers. I think this is going to go for 99 cents. I don't think we're going to get a snipe. I just don't. Ouch. Selling something for 99 cents. That's a lot of work for 99 cents. But you know what? It happens. That's why we're crazy on this channel. We are crazy. We sell things cheap. All right, so what are we at? We have 2 auctions coming up here in the next 15 minutes. We have the Horde, and I would say the Horde is a... Yes, sir. That is going to be a hot item. That will get sniped. I believe it with all my heart. This other item, this Game Gear lot here, who wants to play card games on a terrible screen with a Game Gear? This has to be someone that needs to finish their collection. The pros of this lot is it comes with the 3 books, and they're all in really nice shape. So, I don't know. I just don't know. I just realized I didn't wheel the microphone back, but I talk loud enough, I think, that you don't have to worry about it. But I just wheeled it back. Yay! Light beer is water, that is for sure. So let's see here. We do have some time, and I think we might have to try to play another game on the big arcade. Let's flick back to cable channel 2. I'm trying to think. Let's see here, guys. Oh boy, the Pac-Man 256. Let's exit this game. And let's just think here for a sec. I apologize. I didn't plan this part out as well as I should have, probably. I mean, I could have totally had everything lined up what I was going to play in this, but I want to kind of show you Steam games, again, that work pretty well on here, right? So I don't know if I dare turn on Street Fighter 5 or 6. We can try 5. Lots of times it throws you up into this weird update, like I haven't played this forever. So yeah. We'll see. If it starts getting into that, we'll cut back away from this. We can always play some emulators and stuff too, but it'll be weird playing the game with no sound. That's for sure. Curious what this is going to look like on the camera, because the Pac-Man looked just terrible. I can't seem to dial these cameras into picking up TV screens. I have it set on low power mode now, which will probably make me have like delay in the game or something. But low power mode, yes, I agree. I hate how some games you have to go through this every time you want to play, if you haven't played in a little bit. I'll see here. Oh, yeah, it just said it had download and update. It's going to restart. Hey, I think, oh no, oh, we got some bids in. We got some bids on Dragon Lore and VR Stalker. Hey, things are coming in, folks. Coming in. Logging into the servers. Feels dark down here. I can look back. I can kind of see the screen. See, like it's all this crap. Like, just let me play the game. I hate things. All right. I seem confused which one you're supposed to pick. Let's see here. So I don't know how many of you guys are Street Fighter fans. I thought Street Fighter V was done really well. Street Fighter 6, I haven't played it that much because I'm kind of like I like classic and just give me my Ryu, give me normal speed, no turbo. I just want to play. Let's hope I have the control set up on this right. Because I have an arcade in the garage that runs on Steam too, and if I change the controls out there, it affects it in here. So just to be warned, Steam is a little bit weird that way. Okay, what do I got here? I'm looking at my controls. So that is my heavy kick, I think. All right. This game's got some sweet graphics, right? And this is a 65-inch screen I'm playing on with this arcade. Which I think always makes it a little more fun. I can't remember. Oh, that's my super move. Okay. It's been a while. Been playing like some Street Fighter Alpha and stuff lately on the arcade, and it's just they're all so much different. And then if you play like X-Men versus Street Fighter or Capcom, uh, Marvel versus Capcom, uh, everything just keeps getting different. Different control configs. How do you do the super? Like that. I missed him. Yeah, I can tell on low power mode the TV gets a little bit more blurry, but the lag doesn't seem bad. Just good. Pretty game. Especially in 4K. Look at that. Boom! Got it. Hey, you win. That's me. I'm you in this one. My name's Ryu, and I'm you. Look at that. Karen. Ever since 2020, Karen has been such a good name for anything, right? Actually, I'm gonna go check. I'm gonna look at the screen myself. Let's look at these auctions. Still sitting there. We got 8.5 minutes, no movement. If that horde doesn't go up, I'm gonna be upset. I'm not gonna lie. Let's beat up this Karen, shall we? All right. Oh, she is me. Can't remember. Is this a grab button here? Oh, okay. I shouldn't be messing around. She's kicking my butt. Jeez. Quit being a Karen. So the gate I have in here for this control is complete circle. I love it for roll moves. It's like I never miss a roll move, even if I go with the octagon. Just the clunkiness. I like that smooth feel, almost like an analog controller, but it's still using switches. So it's kind of cool. Oh, look, she's mean. Boom. See you later, Karen. See ya later. All right, 7 minutes. We'll finish this round. Wait, let me see if my pause works. Okay, good. Wait, is that my heavy? Oh, I haven't been using my heavy this whole time. I thought it was. Interesting. I think that's my heavy. That seems awfully light. Weird. Gotta get the super to finish. Oh, come on. Ah, dang it. Just punched her. Just punched her. I did quite well though, I feel. Gosh, she's so prideful. Ryu. So this PC that runs this arcade, it's I think an 11 Gen i7 with, I'm just gonna leave it on that. 11 Gen i7 with a six. No wait, yeah, that one's kind. This kind of a light one. It's a. I think it's a 1660 Ti. No, yeah, Ti, not Super. So it's not like it's the biggest GPU in the world, but you can see it plays Street Fighter 5 4K just fine. And I think that's pretty sweet. So I'm not gonna complain. All right, so let's see here. We're getting down just under 6 minutes. This Horde game, it's gonna be big. It's gotta be big. It's gonna get sniped. I can feel it in my veins. Let's take a look at how many um watchers we have on the Horde. See, the Horde's sitting at 18 watchers, which is pretty high, really. Look, it's got 31 bids and it's at $35. It's been an annoying week with auctions. I put too many low dollar auctions in this week. So everybody's like bidding 50 cents higher. Like it's been a long week of notifications, let's just say. But I'd like to see this card game lot go for more, but I'm just glad I'm selling them. Um, yeah, I bought those 89 Game Gear games, and I gotta clear them. So we got to keep track of. I have a spreadsheet running on what's my profit and loss on this big lot that I bought. So we'll see, but it's kind of interesting. So I also have guns set up for that arcade. Just notice, looks like one of my no, that IR light's on. Fine. If you look at the screen here, you can see those dots in the corners of the TV. Those are infrared lights. The camera tends to pick them up a heck of a lot better than the naked eye does, and that's how it picks up the gun on the games. So that's important. All right, we're getting down to 4 minutes. I need a nice snipe here. All I need is a miracle. I should just start a singing career. That's what I should start. So I'm using Streamlabs desktop, the free version, and I'm learning there's some things that kind of uh, make it a little harder to use because it's not the pro or whatever. But Ultra, I mean, I'm not looking to spend $20 a month for software, and until I would have the actual need for something like that, I guess. I don't know if I can bring guests in or not. I haven't tried anything like that, but maybe I should do a test of that one of these days. Just do a live test and remote in somebody. Could be a good time. But who knows? This IPA is good though. Under 3 minutes to go. Anybody that's watching that wants to type anything should put a guess in. What do you think these are going to go for? Without Katie here, she's usually the ringleader of that. Um, I think that she likes to bet on anything and everything. So it's just kind of a fun game. So I really feel the Horde should go. I think it's going to go up to $63. And I think that the Game Gear lot, it might get a snipe. I think it's going to be $7. Pretty weak snipes, but they might be snipes. We will see, won't we? And now that I have so much electronics on in the basement, it's going to start getting hot down here again. By the end of the show, it's usually kind of warm because when you turn on all the arcades and have the big arcade on, I don't have my VR pinball. That's what I should run next week. I built. I started with the kit from Game Solutions and built a full size pinball with a 4K base monitor, and this is all before all the Yak games or Arcade One Up made pinballs. And I started with using the FX3, and then I went to VPX, and then now I'm doing FX normal, like the new FX, and I kind of want to go back to the VPX again because I lost some of my features. I had a lot more feedback and haptic stuff in the VPX, and I know they're working on it, and maybe they have done more now with FX, but I like it because you could feel the ball move around the whole thing because I have the sound things mounted into the actual sides of the pinball cabinet, and it's a sweet cabinet. It's got Star Wars artwork, so you can't go wrong with Star Wars, especially most of the vintage Star Wars that's on there because that stuff's time. Hey, we got a bid. We're up to 37. Okay, we're under the minute here. Now somebody's getting like, all right, I'm getting my bid in. It's a weird time to put your bid in. Maybe he's on dial-up internet. If you're going to snipe, you want to do it in the last 5 seconds, to be honest. 5 to 10 seconds. If you do it right at 10 seconds, you're giving somebody else a chance to bid you out, too. But so somebody put in a bid to 37. So that means a notification went to the other individual that says, hey, you've just been outbid. But we'll see. We're down to 20 seconds. Come on. Let's get a snipe in here. Come on, baby. This is probably my biggest game on here today. On Game Grand's already higher. There we go. 46. That's a snipe. Come on, a little bit more. Snipe too early. Up 61. 102, baby. That's a new snipe. Woo! How about that? I told you. And then look over here on the side. A little snipe happened on the cards games too. I went from 425 to 550. So the Horde went for more than I expected, and I'm very happy about that. The Horde is a great game, and I'll go down saying that every day of the week. So, all right, let's see here. Let's load up the next two auctions, shall we? Hit the refresh first, and we got Shinobi at $1.25. Hey, look, the Dragon Lore went up a little bit, the 1513. So these games, I don't expect much from the Shinobi. Again, I'm trying to figure out how to do these right with the Game Gear. So I'm doing a little testing in the water this week. I have some lots that are coming up where it's like a Spider-Man lot, Batman lot, and then we have a Sonic lot. And just seeing how that kind of plays out. Now, Shinobi is worth more than your average $5 or whatever. But you got to realize that someone has to pay $5 to ship it generally too. So they're taking that in consideration. What am I willing to pay for this game? So it'll be interesting. So there's 3 bids on it. So that means that is interesting. There's 3 bids. That means somebody put another bid in to hold it probably because they really want it. Because I think you could bid the 99 cents and then the next increment would be $1.25, I think. Or $1.24 you could have done probably. But regardless. And Dragon Lore is at 15.13. How about that 13 cents? Is that unlucky? I don't know. Who knows? Dragon Lore is a weird game. It's for a collector. The Panasonic 3DO. We all know how much Tito, aka Rad Mixtape, likes the 3DO. So it should be interesting. All right, I'm not going to sit here and talk for 13 minutes staring at these 2 games. So let's go back and let's play a little more Street Fighter just for my own sanity, huh? All right, move this camera around a little bit. Not camera, the microphone. All right, who should we fight? Ooh, that's Craig's wife, Laura. We'll fight her. Going to Mexico, Craig and Laura, in a few weeks. So looking forward to that. Definitely am. That's right. He looks just crazy this game. He looks just pissed. Whoa. Jeez, Laura. That's a bit much. I don't know how well you guys can see that. You can kind of see the screen. I just can't get that camera to focus in on TV screens. Playing with the lights, changing the contrast, doing all kinds of things. Mainly following taking the brightness down on the TV helps the most, but you know, it is what it is. Well, I think I beat up Laura. Poor girl. All she wanted was a good street fight. Now, if I ever play this kind of game online, it's embarrassing because I can like beat up on the computer for the most part. When it comes to playing like people online, it's like, oh my god, are they good? It's embarrassing. Oops. I was trying to do a super special move, but didn't pull it off. I'm gonna peek around the corner here at the auctions. Nothing's changed. But looks like I win again. See, this thing's awesome. It's big. You do 4-player. Just a good time. Let's do Akira. Akira. Wasn't that the name of that old Japanese anime? I think my brother loved that. Akira. And there's somebody named Tetsuo or something in it. Oh god. And boom. Good times, guys. After I beat Akira here, we'll go back over to the screen and see what's going on in these auctions. Boom. Perfect KO. Man, just getting warmed up. Last time I checked, that's a double perfect. Jeez Louise, I'm good at that game, apparently. But then again, if I go online, I'll just die right away. Pretty embarrassing, really. What do you do? So I think the Dragon Lore, I think that's going to go up. I really do. I think Shinobi probably will too. Uh, Shinobi it's a good game, but I don't know. So I bought another Game Gear. Things are pretty wild here, Nate. Mmm. Ooh, that tastes so good. It's fun to go to the post office with beer on the breath after this is over. Let me tell you. Let's take a look at how many watchers do we have on these two. Hit the refresh here. So we have 9 watchers on Shinobi, which is a pretty good number for an auction that's at $1.25. And we have 15 on Dragon's Lore. So I don't know. Pretty happy that Horde went up. That was an important one. Just see how these other ones have been sneaking up behind the scenes. This went up a little bit. And we have some new ones going up for next week already. So we can take a peek at that. I already have 3 watchers on this one. Holy moly. I mean, that just went up like minutes ago. So we have Lost Eden. That's for 3DO. We have Star Trek Next Generation. It's for Game Gear, but it's got the original box. And that even has a Star Trek poster in it with the book, too. Snatcher already has a watcher. And we got Q*bert from New Wave Toys, the 1/6 arcade game. That's fantastic. So this will go for quite a bit of money. Yeah, at least I hope so anyway. But we'll see, huh? Let's go back. So we still got 6 minutes and 48 seconds. My golly gosh. Oh! It did a bonus fight, and it just went to it without me hitting OK, and now I've lost. How about that? Probably time for a different game anyway. I was showing my dominance in that. These hands. A double perfect fighting that Akira girl. Man, should have been in the Olympics. Let me tell you. I'm really good at things and stuff. I'm trying to think of another game to play without a ton of sound. And it could always kind of like using the camera because then you can see me hitting the controls and stuff. I mean, I could always pipe it straight into the computer, and when I play emulators here, you can see perfect. But I don't know. There's something about if I pipe it into the computer, I'm sitting there mashing on a joystick. It's not like you're watching somebody play at the arcade, you know. Kind of like Sonia last week when she was a guest on here and she was playing the car racing game back here, and she was having a hoot, and I was having a lot of fun watching her. And her knowledge of video games still blows me away, especially when I set her up on this Disney racing game on there, and she goes, "This looks a lot like Mario Kart 64." I kind of went, "Interesting." Oh yeah, you're right. It kind of does. Do you like playing Mario Kart 64? Yes, but I've always wanted to play Donkey Kong 64. I've never played that. And I'm like, well, let's play it. So we ran it, quickly through the computer, and she played it for a while, and that's how we started the show last week. And she could do the controls really well. I think some kids at that age are just so gall darn hyper, they just go like they just shake the whole time they play with it and just hit the buttons like crazy. But then she was doing fine over here. But when several years ago, when I modded an arcade one up and I put a whole bunch of fighting games on it, and that's out in my garage, and she didn't know what she was doing, and she was just button mashing, and she was having so much fun. She was playing Dead or Alive too, I think, and she was beating everybody by just mashing the buttons. So then she goes, "I want to play a fighting game." So I ended up loading up. This is my modded iArcade back here, and so I don't know if I think I put Street Fighter X-Men versus Street Fighter, and she just started mashing again. And I go, "Sonia, you're old enough now to use real controls." She goes, "No, but this is how you win." And you know what really happened? She just kept tagging in and out, because if you hit a kick and punch button at the same time, you end up tagging out to your other player. So she didn't do well actually, which is just too bad, I guess. It is what it is. All right, so Dragon Lore. We're at 15:13. We got 3 minutes and 30 seconds to go. And the Shinobi are at a buck 25. Really interesting for next week. So we'll have a total of 15 auctions end next week during the show. And there's some decent size hitters in there. And then the next week, I'm going to be really loading up more hardware. I'm thinking about finally getting the Atari 5200 all cleaned up and ready to go. And I might even pull in a Sega Nomad to sell too. And I mean, who doesn't want a Sega Nomad, right? So I'll be off for 2 weeks. I like to have this little quota, like to hit every week. And if I'm gone, I need to make that up, right? So we got to sell a little extra. So the last 2 weeks we've done well. This week I don't think we're going to do that well. The stuff ending today, I don't think I'm going to quite hit my quota. But if I take the 2 weeks and add them together, I'm way over. So it'll be fine. I'll survive. I'm just more concerned about how my friend Stump won't go to Big Dog anymore. Sad story. Hmm. Tastes pretty good. Well, let's see here. Where are we at? We're getting close to that 2 minute mark. We hope we get a little snipe in here. And we'll see what happens. We will see what happens. I do appreciate the ones of you that hang on and watch the show live. I know it's really exciting. I know the snipes can be fun, that's for sure. But I wish they would let me time these better so that they only let you schedule them in 15-minute increments. Unless Scott, if you know something different, but it only let me, I'll do like 1 o'clock, 1:15, 1:30, 1:45, 2 o'clock, 2:15, yada, yada, yada. So I'll double them up on the 15s, but I'd like them if they were 10 minutes apart. That way I could kind of keep the show rolling a little bit easier with less breaks in between. My opinion. All right, we're getting close to that minute. I wonder what's going to happen here. I wonder. I really think Dragonlore will go for more. It's not a common game. I wouldn't say it's a really fun game either, but it is tricky. That Shinobi is a pretty good game. It's more like Shadow Dancer Shinobi controls. I thought it would be just basically the Master System port because the Game Gear really is pretty much just the Sega Master System, and it isn't that way at all. Let's see. We're down to 25 seconds. The snipers, get your guns loaded. We'll see what happens here, huh? Ten seconds. This is snipe country now. Come on, something happened. There's one. We got Shinobis up. There's one for Dragonlore. Another one, Dragonlore. Come on, one more Dragonlore. All right. 31 and 850. Those are considered snipes. All right. Look at that. So we got a little pickup there at the end. Isn't that nice? It makes me happy because this is big. This is big because it's a single game. And as long as I get them sold for $5 a piece-ish, I make my money back and a little more. Okay? Now, I would like more than 5, right? And this was a pretty good test here, so I'm happy about that. So bear with me on my testing, right? All right, let me hit the refresh. Let's load up the 2 next screens. We got the Game Gear lot of Batman, which seems to be getting a little bit of traction. And then the VR Stalker. This has been getting bids all morning. It has the flight stick, the analog flight stick for the 3DO included. And that's kind of cool in itself. Look at that puppy. It's got a little joystick on the thumb. I mean, I think it was super expensive MSRP back then. I think it was a $200 controller back in the day, which will do well for my taxes. This sells for $100, let's say. That game's MSRP was $59.99, and that controller was so it's $260. So if I sell this for $100, I take a $160 loss. Yay, small business owners! All right. Let's see here. What should we do? Should we play a different game on the big machine for a few minutes instead of just staring at each other here? Or me just staring at nothing and you staring at me? Creeps. All right, let's do that. Let's check out something else. I gotta get out of Street Fighter though. Which I'm sure should be easy, right? Exit. All right. Let's see here. What should we try next? I'm trying to. I'm thinking of a game, but I can't think of what it's called, so I just have to see it. Yeah, that. I just. So this is a game made by a company. It was released for iArcade as well too. It's called Donut Doo Doo, and it's stupid fun. I don't know why it's taking this long to launch, but we'll go with it because this game is like nothing. It's basically like it's like a new NES game, if that makes sense. All right, it's got wonderful music, but we're not going to play the music right now. Let's play easy. I haven't played this in a long time, so bear with me. But it is a fun game. So the key is here, you got these donuts. You got to pick up the donuts and not get hit by anything, right? Like, oh my God. I can't take that. Quick restart. I just can't. So once you pick up a donut, another donut will flash. And that, if you pick that one up, you'll get more points, right? So you see up at the top, there's a donut up there now. So I want to go grab that one. Now there's one at the bottom. And the only thing that really chases you in the game is that toilet. It just chases you. Everything else is on a pattern. So you got to kind of keep an eye on the toilet and that bird up on top that keeps pooping out fireballs. Oh, I want that. All right, let's see. Somebody's at my front door. Oh no. Doorbell ringing?
Someone is at the front door.
Oh, isn't that handy? Thank you, Alexa. I wonder who could possibly be here. Do we have a package coming today? Here's Stacy getting up, taking control of the situation. So it's kind of like a retro arcade game. Controls are just phenomenal and really, really fun to play with a joystick. So now I get the last one, and I got to go get the big donut up there without touching the bird guy. Boom! That's how it's done. Hit pause in a sec here. Just a peek at the actions quick. I don't remember what the Game Gear game lot was. It's at 2351 now. Yeah, Nate. Stump is like on a big dog ban for now. It's kind of a sad story. But I think he wants us to come to his house or something instead. But I think Lisa's getting ready to do a garage sale, so I wonder if they'll have any video games. Ooh, that was close. So this level's annoying because it's not just up and down and around, if that makes sense. You got to go like all across the board and everything to get up to the top. Little different patterns here. That guy's shooting fireballs. Fireballs are dropping. I think I missed the fruit because I don't have the sound on. Ooh, that was really close. But you get used to the enemy's patterns a little bit. At least the toilet bowl's on this level. He's so flipping annoying. So for the first two levels, I just really work hard at completing the level and getting the best point mashup by eating the donuts and things like that. The next three levels, I just finish. I go through it for time. I hit pause there. So I'm gonna check the auctions here. Let's just go back to auctions for a little bit here. Oh, I still have 8 minutes. Maybe we can do one more level. But I just do it for time on the next. No movement in the auctions. So now you'll see me just grab the donuts. Because the levels start getting kind of complicated going for points. And you do get a time bonus. So I like to think that's just as important, right? Oh God, I'm dumb. I want that proof. There. All right, ride this around, get that donut on the top, jump, jump. Pick it up, 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 pick it up. Now you gotta get that donut in the middle. How much you he shoots at me? Yeah, good jerk. Ride this around, edge, don't let that balloon hit me. The donut. There it goes. Quite the game, let me tell you. All right, let's do this next level. I can get through this one pretty quick usually. If I have trouble, I can just hit pause and we'll go back. Watch that. The fruit. Fruit's worth a lot of points, especially if you keep picking it up, it keeps going up. All right, let's get down on that platform thing one more time. I think I kind of screwed that up a little bit. Oh, that's why I usually do that. This I can screw up the timing on. This can be tricky. Run up that ladder. There we go. Look at that. Doing pretty darn good, really. All right, let's hit pause there. I know the toilet's coming back this level, but we got to pay attention to these auctions a little bit. Oh, you know, we still got 6 minutes. I can do this level in 6 minutes. Under 6 minutes. Quite a bit under 6 minutes, I should say. Let's do this. I do tend to die in this level, though. Oh, like that. Like, I do dumb things. So this door takes me up here. You got to go by the color codes, you know. Everything has to be about color. I swear. I really wanted that fruit. Oh, I missed that. Got the fruit at least. Dang toilet's always chasing me. Story of my life. Look at that. So there is only 5 levels. But now you go through them a second time and they're a lot harder. But there's a little bonus level here. Hope they let me pause. Let me hit pause. We'll come back and do the bonus level and try to go back through the next stages a bit here. Because I'm actually having a pretty good game there. Boy, you do play that game. Like, I just did that level in a minute. I'm so impressed with myself. Let me say that. We still have 4.5 minutes to go on these two. Sure would be nice if we could do these at 10 minutes. Yeah, I heard Big Dog might have to close if Stump doesn't come back. It's one of their biggest customers. All right, so we've had some decent snipes today. I'm not gonna lie. Not mind blowing, but good enough. Now this VR Stalker, I should have sold this joystick years ago. I remember when it was like at $120 on eBay. It was like the best price you get it for, and I think it goes much lower now, to be honest. So I threw a game in with it that is compatible with it, VR Stalker, and VR Stalker is kind of a cool flight sim. I mean, those that really get into flight sims, but at least you kind of get a pretty well built controller to go with it. And my 3DO worked long enough to test this. So my 3DO is in a very limp-along state. It can kind of test games, but then it dies off really quick. I get like a few minutes into it. If the laser has to move too much, it just gets really angry. So it's not actually the laser that's technically burnt out. It's the whole mechanism of moving the laser is having problems. And yeah, that's an issue. I did buy a kit, but the soldering job on it just looks so intense that I might try to. I'm trying to think if I know anybody that's a professional, like with a solder iron. If anybody knows anybody that way, let me know. Hey, Connor! Look at that! You gonna play us your trumpet? I hope so. Connor is the original performer of Timmy the Trumpet. Yeah, it's a pretty cool guy. But it's always fun. Let's see here. We got 2.5 minutes. I just don't know if those Batman games could go much higher than 25.50. They very well could. I'd be very happy if they did. You got your Batman enthusiasts out there, a collectible. They might just buy this because it's Batman, not even just because it's for the Game Gear. The irony is, if you look at these two auctions side by side, they're both at 17 bits. I wonder what the odds of that are. Maybe we should buy a lottery ticket. Connor, I hope you're having fun today. Shouldn't you be in... No, school hasn't started yet, has it? Or has it started there? Do you guys start early in North Dakota? I don't even know. But, all right, minute 45. Here we go. Let's get down to that sniping moments. We need to win some money. So I have a Arcade 1-Up Big Blue over there. And you can kind of see when I flip the other camera, which if you look at it here, camera 2, you can see it in that back corner there. Um, and Big Blue had a decent lineup, but I really like X-Men versus Street Fighter. And I had the X-Men versus Street Fighter one in the garage, Arcade 1-Up. And I took the PCB out of that and put it in this one, and then modded the one outside in the garage. So that one, it was weird because I turned it on to actually had an update for it, which I thought was weird, even though I had it hooked up to the Wi-Fi. But yeah, there, it had an update. There it goes. All right, we're under a minute to go. What could possibly happen next? Well, if I want to put guesses in, I think the VR Stalker with the controller is going to go for over 60, and I don't think Batman's going to move. I think Batman's going to sit put at 2450, but we'll see. You know, all these eBay fees, they take, 15%. The worst part about eBay is they take 15%, and I get it, right? I can't do this without. And they're helpful. They do a lot of things. But they take 15% of what's paid for shipping. And I think that's BS. But anyway, all right, we're getting down to the last 10 seconds. 10 now. All right, anything now is considered a snipe. Let's see what's going on here. Go, go, go. Oh, we got a snipe on Batman. But nothing. Oh, we got a snipe on VR Stalker too. Oh, here we go. How about that? That is fantastic. We got 2 snipes. Boy, that VR Stalker one, he went really, really close to 1 second. Yeah, I'm kind of impressed with the Batman, to be honest, even though it was like $3 or $2.50. I'm not sure what it was, but hey, it was something. It was a snipe, folks. It was a snipe. Let's hit the refresh here. Let's bring up the next 2. We have the Spider-Man Game Gear lot. And, oh, this one's kind of painful in its own sense. The Gain Ground. The second time we've had to sell this bad boy here because the other guy didn't pay. Connor, you're not going to play your trumpet for us? I don't understand. I was really hoping you would. We could have you be a guest on here. You just drive up here, spend 1 night, and be out within 13 hours, but play your trumpet for us. Would that be cool? I'd like that. We could maybe go to Subway together. All right, so we're at $20.01 and $52.10. 18 and 13 bids. So we'll see. We've got 13 and a half minutes to go. I say we play a little bit more Dodo-Doo. What do you think? All right, let's do it. All right, let's do this. Continue. Now this is the bonus stage where I'm just supposed to bounce on this thing and get as many donuts as I can. But it's actually harder than you think. It's harder than an Arcoid, I'll tell you that much. I hate playing games like that with the joystick. I should be able to use my spinner. Never tried. I wonder if it actually worked. Maybe it'll work. Who knows? All right, so on this level, I'll still go after the flashy donuts. But the next level, I won't do it on the hard level. I will just go for a quick completion. Save my lives, because lives are worth money at the end as well, too. Oh, that was close. Ooh, banana. Oh, I forgot about the ghosts. Let me get that banana still, though. All right, got the banana. The toilet is going. You cannot jump over the toilet, just so you know. That's a cheap thing, but that's part of the difficulty of the game. In real life, I've always been very good at jumping over toilets, so I think it's kind of unfair. All right, Lord the Ghost. The harder level's much harder, which kind of makes sense, right? I used to play this a lot on the iArcade. Oh, idiot! The iArcade. And a little bit on my Steam Deck when I still had my Steam Deck, too. I did not do well in that level. I think that was obvious. All right. Now this time I'm just grabbing donuts. At least now it lets me see. I need that fruit. All right. Finish that one. I might break my high score on this arcade. I haven't played much on this arcade with this game. At least on easy level. Really grab that top one. Oh, God. Wanted this. Why? The trees really aren't worth much, but I really wanted it. Oh, yeah. I'm doing dumb things. I'm getting nervous. So close to the end, and you just die. Pause now. Yeah, let's just check these auctions. Check these auctions. I don't remember what Spider-Man was at. think, hmm, I don't remember what they were at. Anyway, we still have 9 minutes to go. So we can probably finish this game out, to be honest. All right, let's do this. Look at that, high score. All right, so that's this level can be a bear cat. You're gonna make stupid mistakes. This happens a lot on this level. Especially those ghosts now in here. Bird, stop running back and forth. Oh! See what I talk about? Dumb mistakes. There we go. Once I got, let's see here. Oh, I got 3 lives. Going the last level of the game. Alright, where are we at? This level can suck lives. So I don't have a good pattern for it. What? Oh, that stupid thing came out. You can't even see it till now. Oh, then he put me on top of the toilet? Somebody hates me. Rainbow connection. Where'd I go? Shit. That's kind of dumb. Oh, I fell. That was so close to winning that. Sorry, guys. I sucked. I'm sorry. I'm sure Connor would have done better. All right, where are we at here? It looks about like there hasn't been a lot of change. Still got 7 minutes ago though. But you know what I really need? New beer. All right. All right, let's see here. So we're at $20.01 and 52.10. Got 6 minutes, 20 seconds to go. And all we can do is hope and pray for miracles. Why don't we take a look at some of the other items that have been coming up? So let me hit refresh here. All right, so we have the New Wave Toys, 1943. This thing is flippin' sweet. Got all the packaging. There's a lot of packaging of these things. But it plays the original 1943 and 1942. And what's really cool, it has this little controller in the back there that you can come out and plug it into your arcade, which is neat. So there you go. That's the 1943. We got James Pond 3. It already has a bid on it. That's a weird one to have a bid on, to be honest. And then I have Shining Force for the Game Gear. Just went up. Cannon Fodder for 3DO. And then we're back to the Q*bert, Syndicate, Star Trek, Lost Eden. All that good stuff again. Interesting. All right, well, we sit here with another 5 minutes to go, contemplating if we're going to get any snipes in this or not. Now, the Spider-Man, I think we're at the right price right now at $20. You know, if we got a couple more bucks, that'd be entertaining. That'd be great. But I think overall, not too bad. Gain Ground at 52.10. What did that sell for with us last time? Let me see if I can see it on my phone here. Let me go back to my orders. Let's see where they gain ground. I think it went for 60 something last time. So if it doesn't, it went for $63. So the guy didn't pay, didn't respond, had a high rating, but it just kind of pisses you off because you can't leave negative feedback as a seller. I mean, it's the dumbest thing. They say they record if they don't pay, but I don't. Anyway, the gain ground, you know, it is a bit tough. There's a little tear here on the side, but the game is phenomenal. It's such a fun game. Really fun game to play. Yeah, there's another one. Similar items. Well, see, this guy's listing it authentic and complete for $110. I think mine doesn't look as faded. What do you think? Expert photography or really bad photography, or is that really faded? Ooh, the back of the book has it. So this has the book too. I mean, it's just the case itself. And the reason why I just didn't replace the case out is it's actually torn through the paper and it's got like a sticker on it. But besides that, everything else is really nice on this one. So do I think I deserve $110 for it? No. But I'd like to get 60, 65. I think that'd be wonderful. It's a fun game regardless. You got to play these games if you buy them. I think that's part of the whole point. You know, hey, what do you know? Trying to think of another fun game to play on there. The show, anyway. I mean, it's unlimited fighting games you can play with that style. It's part of the reason why I had the cabinet built that way. But I'm thinking about redoing all the controls in it because with it 4-player and you use 4 USB hookups, I tend to have some problems sometimes with button mapping and the controllers flipping. So you turn it on and player one's player two now, and it just So I bought Glenn's deal where there's actual software to identify the controllers and stuff, but it only does 2. And then it has USB where you can hook up more to it, but I don't know if that'll fix the problem, but I'm going to try. Why not, right? Why not? But he has it assigned with like keyboard strokes, which I don't like assigning joysticks that way, to be honest. But, it is what it is. But I haven't used it yet either, so we'll see. All right, we're down to 1 minute. 20 and 52. What's going to happen here? I hope we get more snipes. We've had a lot of snipes today, which I kind of predicted we'd have a decent amount of snipes because the prices are low today. Lower than they've been. And it's a lot to do with the product I'm selling this week, too. More games, less hardware, that kind of thing, But you just never do know. You never know what's going to happen. All right, 30-second mark. One of them's a second ahead of the other one. That's weird. We both end at the same time. We'll see what happens. All right. 12 seconds, 10 seconds. This is Snipe Land. 52-20, 52-20. Oh, come on, gain ground. Yeah, 63. Exactly. Oh, and 28. Double snipe. There you are. Hey, how about that? $28 for 3 Game Gear games. No books. I kind of like that. I'm okay with that. Maybe I need to work these into kind of matching lots like I have been doing this week, and we'll see what happens. Interesting. All right, let's refresh. What do we have here next? We have another Game Gear lot. It's called the Sega, the Sonic the Hedgehog. And, whoops, ooh, the Space Ace. This one. This is our last 2 auctions of the day. I'm getting a little teary-eyed. So Space Ace has always been a really cool franchise, game, whatever to me. Dragon's Lair, like I have a Dragon's Lair like modeled after cabinet there. I have a framed picture of Dragon's Lair on the wall over there that's like movie poster size. So you think I like Dragon's Lair, that Don Muth? Yeah, I do. So therefore, Space Ace is pretty cool. The 3DO version of the game is really challenging, I have to say. But all those games kind of are too. Now, with that said, let's look at the Sonic lot here. It's at $13.50. I want that to go over 20. I really do. Now, the Sonic 1 and Sonic 2 are probably the most common Sega Game Gear games there are. And that's why you want to kind of pinch them into a lot. I still have a lot of other copies of them, to be honest. But what better lot than to match it with 4 different Sonic games? Now, the most rare Game Gear Sonic game, I think, is called Sonic Labyrinth. But I don't have that one. So it looks like we have 5 watchers on the Sonic game and 14 on the Space Ace. The Space Ace is in wonderful shape, so I think we're going to get some snipers on that because at $21.50, that's a steal. But we'll see. Look down here. Something similar. What is this selling for? So someone's selling it just in a jewel case, not long box version. Jewel case for $45. That's pretty reasonable. But long boxes should go for a heck of a lot more. Oh, this has some sticker on the box, doesn't it? Does it have sticker on the... Does that... It doesn't have a sticker on there, though. Just on the back of the box, it has this little weird barcode thing. Ooh, blurry. There we go. Interesting. But, yeah, it's in the photos. It's in the video. I always try to be as straightforward, as honest as I possibly can in all my eBay auctions. So, what next 2 items went up for next week? There should be 2 more now since we last looked. Let me hit refresh. All right. Oh, Fantasy Star 3. Oh, yeah, I put that one up alone in its time slot. That's a hard one to let go of. Any of the Fantasy Star games are hard to let go of. But you got to keep selling stuff. That's the way it works. Just see if we got any more bids or anything. So we got the James Pond 3's got the bid from new stuff up. And that's it. But we have watchers on several things already just being posted, which is good. But we'll see. We will see. I'm going to see if I'm getting any messages from eBay people. Getting a ton of notifications. So we already been paid for Dragonzor. We've been paid for VR Stalker. Way to go, folks. We've been paid for the card game. We've been paid for the Horde. We've been paid for Shinobi. And there's 4 we haven't been paid on so far. So I will be making a post office run after the show. With a little bit of beer in the breath. Just 2 beers, folks. Nobody's gonna die. Yeah, we're getting down to the 10-minute mark. That's a long time. I'm trying to think if we should try to play one more game over there. I wonder what it'll be. You know, maybe I can show you a little bit of big box. Nah, I don't know. Big box, no, it's kind of annoying. Got to repolish it up the way I did my big box. Again, I'm rebuilding the controls in this. Yeah. Can we get out? Quit. There we go. All right, let's see here. What is, you know, this is actually kind of interesting one. Let's just play a little bit of a shooter. Shooters on this are phenomenal. And probably not the best one to do this way because it isn't a PC game. It is a PC game, but it's an arcade game made for the PC. So it's like they made their own emulator, if that makes sense. But I do like this game quite a bit. I have a really rare version of this for I think the Xbox 360 that's sealed. That'll be going up for auction one of these days too for Death Smiles. Or Death Smiles, sorry. But I don't care who I am. I just like shooters. But see, it puts like the bars on the sides. Angry people. But it's got this is just a little bit of a different shooter. So one button has you shoot one way and the other one has you shoot the opposite direction. So things will come in behind you, things will come at you from the front. You get to fight pigs a lot. So maybe this is a good one for the Bacon family. What do you think of that, Connor, if you're still on? All right. I don't know what happens I hold it in. It just does it that way. Okay. I think it's more powerful if I keep hitting the button. Well, he's had a little bit of a tricky bugger, wasn't he? All right. Yeah. But keep watching your back in this one, you know? I love shooters, though. Just give me bullets from hell and just go after it. Speeding up. Gonna fight a jack-o'-lantern. I remember good bombs in this game. Oh yeah, there's a bomb. Yeah, took him out. Woo-ha! Good pause. All right, let's check out these auctions here. I don't think anything has happened. 12 and 10, 21, 13. All right. I do not want to restart. Or even fun little game. All right. This is a cool game. It's got real nice graphics for the time. It actually emulates decently on main if you have a fast enough computer. We're top of the game today, really. I tell you, playing with the joystick. Oh, and then I died. Shouldn't have said anything, right? Tell you what, though, playing with the joystick and a shooter, that is what goes hand in hand. It really does. I think it's very important. All right, we're getting under 5 minutes here. Then the show's going to be over. Oh, moly. What a long show. Lots of auctions, though. Not as high a dollar as we've seen in the past, but we're moving product, and that's what's important. So that's good. Everything is selling today. Even more important. Beer's cold. Right here, you got a latte, a Busch latte. I've been trying to cut back on the Coors a little bit. It's getting, even though I say that's my favorite light beer we talked about earlier, but sometimes you can only drink so much of the water, and I got to flip it up. And the Busch Light is really dropped in price again at the Sam's Club, where for a while there it was like just $1 cheaper a case than Coors, but I think it's like $4 cheaper now. That's like they really don't taste much different, folks. Just drink it. So that's what I'm doing. I don't tend to get headaches from it or anything, so just don't drink too much of it. Isn't that the truth? We're using a new camera today. I thought it'd be wow, but it really isn't. I think it's more of the Streamlabs free edition. If I go ultra, I can probably get the resolution up. So this is a nice 4K camera, but I'm shooting at 1080, and I feel like it doesn't even look like 1080 when I blow it up my 86-inch upstairs. So, um, tough situation. But you know what? Most of you guys probably watching this on the phone or on the corner of your screen at work. So I don't think that the video resolution is going to affect you all that much. So I'll have to let that go. But hey, it was a write-off for the business. All right, let's see here. We're down to under 3 minutes. We haven't had any movement here in a little bit. Again, I would like to see the Sonic games go for 20 or higher. And I'd like to see Space Ace. Long box? I think that should go for $45. I'm calling it out. $45. We'll see. That's quite the snipe. That's over 100% snipe right there. But you got to be able to dream. Got to dream, right? We do have 14 watchers on that Space Ace, which is a pretty high number for a 3DO game. I think 14 people in the United States own a 3DO still, so that'd probably be about the right number. Boy, getting to that 2 minute mark. It's something else, let me tell you. You know, even though this Wednesday show, it's kind of hard to do because you're really just talking to yourself for like a couple hours. But I will admit, I look forward to Wednesdays. I think it's kind of fun to prepare for. It's kind of fun to think of a little bit of a plan. Like today we played in the big arcade. Next week we might play some pinball. And you know, I kind of enjoy that aspect of it. I'm not gonna lie. I had to do some research on how to shoot images better with the cameras that are made of TV, because I don't want you guys to watch me play pinball with a really crappy resolution or whatever's going on, or it looks just washed out like the computer monitor. I mean, the game's behind me. You know, if you look over here, that's playing Outrun right now, and it just looks like a light box. So who knows? All right, we're getting down there. We're getting down to almost a minute left, just a little over a minute. Here we go. 1 minute mark. All right, so I want to see 45 for the Space Ace, and I'd like to see $20 for Sonics. That's my goals. You got to set goals. But that requires some snipes. We'll see what happens. So 13 and 21 right now. And we're coming into the 34-second mark. And we know what those snipers like. It's always in the last 10 seconds. Sometimes in the very last second. They get it really timed out. That's impressive. 15 seconds. All right, here we go. Put your hard hat on. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. What a terrible way to end the show. No snipe. Boy, that... Oh, wait. It got a little snipe on Space Ace. It like, what, did it go up $1? Well, I guess we got to do something for that. A little disappointing end, but hey, that's what it is. It's eBay. Regardless, thank you for watching, guys. I really enjoyed the time again. I do look forward to these days. And I hope that if you're watching this already recorded, this goes live every Wednesday at 12:45 p.m. Central Time. And we watch the end of the auctions, and it's always a good time. All right, take care, and let's get a bigger audience someday so that we can have a little more chat going. Wouldn't that be fun? All right, take care. Thanks, guys.